going on, everybody? Joseph Hadid here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, sports family. Thank you for tuning in to Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. This is your host, Joey Hadid, speaking. How's everybody doing on this Friday? Another work week in the books. Get ready for this upcoming weekend as we speak. What a long week. I felt like it was a long week. Did anybody else feel like it was a long week, or is it just me? Another week in the books, folks, as we close it out. It is Friday, August 15th, 2025. Thank you for tuning in and joining us and listening in wherever you may be across the world or country. Getting ready to go to bed maybe, or just waking up and getting your coffee ready to listen to our podcast, or going about your day. Whether, you're in the afternoon, or whether you're in the evening, or whatever it is, or you may be strolling at the park, or sitting at your porch, reading a book and drinking coffee and listening to us. We appreciate you, taking the time, as we are also committed and dedicated to giving you our time as we do research and deliver sports to you on what's transpiring throughout the weekly basis. Well, throughout the week, of course, on a daily basis. I can't speak. I'm sorry. It is Friday. I know everybody's ecstatic and ready for this upcoming weekend and close it out, as we all are here in the studio. All right, folks, let's go over, as we hear Worldwide Sport Updates, people ask, what is Worldwide Sport Updates is all about? Well, we covered the NBA, we covered the NHL, we covered the NFL, we covered MLS, we cover college football. We cover college men's and women's basketball. We cover the WNBA. We cover everything. We have everything here for you. And we're always top to date. We are up to date information to giving you what's happening across the world of sports. We're always here. All right, with that being said, let's go over on what transpired in sports this past week. We're going to start off with some National Basketball Association, the NBA, 2025 offseason trade shakeup, key franchises. This past week, on August 5th, the Phoenix Suns traded MVP Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets, receiving in return Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10th pick in the 2025 NBA draft, and 5 second-round picks. This deal marks one of the largest offseason moves and significantly reshapes both teams' rosters and futures. Actually, August 5th was not this past week. I think it was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? I'm already losing track of exactly where we are. I can't believe we're already in the middle of August. So sorry about that, folks. Yes, that was actually in the beginning of August 5th. So that's when that trade occurred. Around that same time, the Boston Celtics executed a major payroll restructuring, cutting their projected salary and luxury tax obligations from approximately $540 million down to $239 million. A $301 million reduction. The move is a bold financial reset ahead of the 2025-2026 season. Alright, let's shift over to some NHL hockey news. Free agency continues to orbit major signings. The NHL's free agent tracker was updated on August 8th, showcasing ongoing signings and contract information across the league. Though the bulk of free agency occurred in July, this tracker remains a reliable, real-time source. Among notable moves, the New York Rangers made a splash by signing top defensive man Vladislav Gavrikov to a 70-year deal, and the New Jersey Devils added forward Connor Brown in a 4-year agreement. Separately, a Bleacher Report feature highlights some of the season's most questionable free agency signings, offering analysis and rankings of which moves may not pay off. All right, let's shift over to some NFL news. National Football League, that is. Training camps heat up, standouts and surprises. Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the New England Patriots, made headlines for physically breaking up a fight at a joint training camp session with the Vikings, marking his second such intervention this preseason. The incident drew praise for Vrabel's fiery leadership and commitment to team culture. At Commanders camp, veteran OT Lucas Nyang repeatedly meshed with teammates like Nick Allarghetti and Andrew Wally, reuniting former Chiefs connections. Meanwhile, the team's strong offseason accusations such as Deebo Samuel and Lamari Tunzel continue building momentum despite unresolved wide receiver Terry McLaurin's contract issues. On the West Coast, Seahawks Pro Bowler defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence has made an immediate impact at training camp, grabbing attention alongside top receivers Jackson Smith-Njigba and Cooper Kupp, and raising optimism for both defensive and receiving units. Let's shift over to some Major League Baseball news. Roiki Sasaski's setback as Dodgers caution his return. Roiki Sasaski, the hurdle pitching prospect from Japan, has struggled in his debut MLB season with the Los Angeles Dodgers, averaging only 96.4 miles per hour on his fastball, below expectations of 100 and plus, and dealing with control issues. A shoulder impingement in May delayed his development. The Dodgers have since suspended his MLB starts and are planning a rehab assignment in AAA, potentially easing him into a bullpen role for October, while still holding confidence in his long-term upside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. Take care of each other, YouTube family and sports family, that is. Look out for each other. Stay blessed and stay safe. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk next week on the Recorded Podcast. Till then, hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, comment, and let everybody know what Worldwide Sport Updates is all about, as they're always committed and dedicated to delivering sports news on a top-notch basis. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your sports, your news, your local community. Your host, Hadid, signing off.